Shalom to the nation of Israel. This is Barazal coming in spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai Bahashem, Recha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, great millstone, and to the hopeful like push his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This one's titled Two Birds, One Stone. Right? Two birds, one stone, spirits made for vengeance. So sick mother burns infant to death with hair dryer, parties it up on vacation while bail awaiting trial. While on bail awaiting trial. So this woman's, they say sick mother and she's sick in the head. And she apparently burned her infant to death with a hair dryer, which is fucking crazy. That means you have to sit there and hold that hair dryer to burn that baby. Because that's not going to happen right away. You have to sit there and, like, that's crazy. That's hate. That's like, I want to kill you. Right? So she had spirits on her. Right? Because that's not something that happens quick. That takes time. Even for a baby, that still takes time. Sick mother burns infant to death with hair dryer, parties it up on vacation. So then she went and partied up on her vacation. Right? While she's on bail, awaiting her trial. She doesn't care. So it says a Scottish mother who subjected her 3-month-old daughter to prolonged searing heat from a hairdryer, leaving the infant with injuries so catastrophic that first responders initially believed she had been caught in a house fire. That's insane. They're really taking what they're saying. Like, they're saying that the injuries are so bad they thought the baby was in a house fire, but it was from a hairdryer. Has been sentenced to just 6 years in prison. So she only got 6 years in prison for that. All that, she only got 6 years in prison. Right? But if a man did that, oh, he's done. He's not getting out. That's why you women, like, that's why the justice system is not really balanced. Esau's justice, it's not balanced at all. And you women get away with too much shit. So that's why, in was it Ezekiel 9:4, it mentions women more than it mentions men. It still mentions men are gonna die when the angels go and kill and smite, but it mentions more women are gonna die. Because there's more women on the planet. That's one reason. And part of it, the other reason is a lot of you women have been getting away with a lot of shit. Right? You didn't get your real justice. You didn't get what you actually deserved. Right? This woman doesn't deserve to just, she deserves to be put to death based off the scriptures, right? Based off the law, because that's murder. But even on Esau's terms, Esau's law, she should get life. If you're not going to kill her, give her life. But she's not getting life. She's getting 6 years in prison. That's it. Right? So. This happened 3 years ago. Almost 3 years ago, actually. Next month, it will be 3 years. It says, using the hairdryer, she applies significant and sustained heat to the baby's head and body, fatally injuring her. Emergency crews arrive to find the child already dead at the scene. Wow. Her burns so extensive, the first responders at first assumed she had been trapped in a raging fire. That's fucking insane. She had to sit there and hold the hairdryer while the baby was squirming and crying, probably fighting for his life, just to make sure she burned the whole body. Like, that's you have demons on you, right? Demons jumped on you and told you to do this, right? For whatever reason. And at the same time, the Most High sanctioned all that. The Most High said, yeah, go do that to that baby. Because for the baby to get that type of death, you did some fucking wicked shit in your past life, and you probably thought you got away with it. That baby, right? When she was a woman, she did something in her past life, right? Some wicked ass fucking shit, right? For all you know, she probably burned someone. That's why she died like that too, right? threw someone in the fire or trapped them in the house, something like that with fire, right? Or she was a whore, right? Something like that. And she thought she got away with it because nothing happened. And that's the thing about the Most High. You think that because you got away with it, that nothing's going to happen, but he'll get you later. He'll get you later. Yeah. So then what happens? You're born as a baby again, you come back down, and then the Most High puts a spirit on your mother to burn you with a hairdryer. It's like, damn. Because a baby can't defend itself. It's not like it was like a man and, he was during a fight and then maybe she shot the man or she put him in a house and lit him on fire. This is different. You're a baby. You can't even defend yourself. The Most High didn't even want you to be able to defend yourself. He just wants you to just sit there and just die. Just take all the pain and torture and then die after. Right? You had to do something fucking wicked. You did something, that baby when it was an adult in its past life, it did something fucking wicked. And at the same time, the woman that did the burning, right? Well, she only got 6 years, but the Lord's gonna get her later too, because she only got 6 years for that. She should be put to death, right? Or at least life in prison. At least. That's the least. I don't even see her. I don't say that the least. But she's only getting 6 years, so something's gonna happen to that woman. Okay, so it says Detective Inspector James Callender spoke after the conviction. Children are defenseless and should be protected. The death of any child is particularly harrowing, but a child's death at the hands of a parent is incredibly disturbing. Exactly. So she had to be disturbed to do that. She had to have a disturbing spirit on her to do that. Because it's true, the child can't defend itself at all. So the Most High put that child in a situation, right? Well, the child put it really itself in a situation for whatever it did in its past life, but the Most High, put that child in a situation where, or that spirit, I should say, that put that spirit in a situation where it's going to be defenseless, and that's when it's going to die, when it's defenseless. It's not like you even have an opportunity to try and defend yourself, like you can defend yourself. You say, this is going to happen to you when you're an infant, and you're just going to die. You're going to have to take all the torture, and you're going to die. That's me. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So a lot of things in that, reincarnation, what you do in your present life is going to affect you in your next life, right? When you think you got away with something, don't think that the Most High didn't see it, because he did see it. And you women, a lot of you women are going to die. A lot of you women are going to die because you get away with shit, because the justice system is not set up for you to be judged correctly, right? You women in a way are above men in a way. You're not you're not actually above men, but in Esau society you are above men. But in reality you're not. But in Esau society you are. That's why a woman can fucking burn her infant child and get only 6 years. Burn her infant child to death and get only 6 years. That's why in Ezekiel it mentions women more than men. There's more women mentioned. It talks about young maids, old women, right? Little children. So little children also includes little children that are females, right? Little women. Because there's more women on the planet, and majority of you women, a lot of you women have done shit and you got away with it. So-called got away with it. But the Lord's just waiting. He's just waiting for the time of judgment where he's going to get all of you at once, right? That's why it's going to be a slaughter. So Deuteronomy 32 and 39, it says, "See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." Right? So the Lord's the one that kills and he makes alive. He's the one that wounds and heals. He's the one that puts people in those situations, these spirits, these man or woman, right? Kills them or saves them. It's Yahushua that does that, not Satan. Satan is just an employee that takes the orders of the Most High. That's it. You can say the Lord uses him to do things, but it's not Satan who does it. It's not Satan that says this can be done. It's the Most High that says that this can be done, right? Yahweh is the one that says that this can be done. Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Right? Not Satan. Right? Not Satan. Satan is not the one that sanctions everything. It's the Most High that sanctions everything. And he uses his employees, right, or his angels, left-hand side or right-hand side, to do his bidding. It's very simple. So that was all sanctioned by the Most High. What happened with that little infant and that mother? It's all based sanctioned by the Most High. So give me 1 second. All right, so Sirach 39 and 28, it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of the destruction, they pour out their force, and they appease the wrath of him that made them. Right? So the Most High was pleased or appeased by what that woman did to that child. Right? Because the Most High sent a demon to jump on that woman, right? To tell her to do those things. And the Most High was appeased by that. He was like, yeah, good job. That was a good one. Right? Because that child, when it was in its other past life, it did wicked shit. Right? It was probably fucking wicked as fuck. So the Most High got it. Right? And then on top of it, that woman that did that, now the Most High got her too, because now you went and killed your child. Right? You're fucked up in the head now. You're mentally fucked up. Right? And that's never going to go away. You're going to jail for 6 years. But then when you get out of jail, more things are going to happen to you. That's why I said 2 birds, 1 stone. Right? 2 birds, 1 stone. You just want to hope that, like, if the Lord uses you for some days, that you get through it. You know, you get through it, you come out of it, you get better from it, right? You get better. Because he uses everybody. You're just a chess piece on the board for the Most High, for Yahweh Yahushai. You know, so that woman, you know, she's going to get hers later. Not right now, but she's going to get it later. Because for her to get 6 years, that means the Lord has something else cooked up for that woman. But anyways, that's it on that. Right? So and on top of it, if you don't understand reincarnation, you can't understand the scriptures. You can't understand the scriptures. That's why things happen to us as in this truth, right? You know, maybe you injure yourself, you get an injury or you get sick. You can't really even get mad. Like, unless, like, if you know you did something right now, you got sick, like maybe you were just being stupid, you didn't put your jacket on, it was cold outside, very cold, and you didn't put your jacket on, and that's why you got sick. Okay. But it's like if you're doing things, like if you want to talk about health wise, like you're doing everything right, you're eating properly, you're going to sleep, you're doing everything right, and just something bad just happens health wise, then you know where that came from, right? Like, and you think about it, the first thing you think is like, fuck, did I do something? Let me think. Did I do something recently that, you know? If you can't think of anything, he's like, you know, this is from your past life. He's like, fuck, okay, well, all right. And either way, even if it was from present life right now, you still have to take it. There's no reason to crash out and get angry. It's like, fuck, okay, you know, I deserve it. Because the reason why I deserve it is because it's happening to me, right? The Lord doesn't give you anything that you don't deserve, right? He also doesn't give you anything that you can't handle, right? That's why you have to take it cheerfully when you're going through these things, not take it angrily, right? That's why the Lord said that, take it cheerfully, okay? Because we all have shit to pay for. But you don't want the Lord to use you like how he used that woman, right? You don't want the Lord to use you like that. No. Anyways, that's it on that. Like the quote I was saying, Kahla Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham, Bracha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the great millstone, and to the whole like pushes his word in truth and sincerity across the 4 corners of the earth. Abad, Babal, Kwame, Inshallah, and Shalom.